Hey, what's up, everyone? So in this video, I set a PR, and it was an absolutely wild game of Rebirth, and I think you guys all will definitely enjoy it. Towards the end of the game, I was the last one left on my squad, and I had the clutch to win, which I didn't think I could do, but by the glory of the guns I'll be showing you here in a little bit, I was able to accomplish it. So this is the class I use to set a PR. So as you can see, the primary is the Krieg, and the attachments I use are shown here. And man, the Krieg, there's nothing that really compares to the Krieg. It's just absolutely dominates. Then of course my secondary is the MAC-10, and the MAC-10 still is probably one of my favorite SMGs or secondary guns to roll with. And the attachments I have here is shown. So definitely, if you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. We'll see if anyone else marks something, but until then, I say sure.
Battle Royale. Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone.
Yeah.
Team, you'll lead them in. Acknowledge waypoint forward.
I don't know where they're going. Oh, there's people dropping right on you, Hans. Right here. I'm gonna try to get them.
Over here. All right, lads, let's get it done.
There's two people up in here.
Sighted on target.
I don't know where our teammates went. Tech 9 is cool, but the ammo capacity is rather astonishing. Oh, there's someone shooting from above here. There's gonna be pulling from above here. Down, down. Watch above, watch above. They're gonna come from different angles.
Fighting fit. Explosive charge prime.
Okay, that literally only fucked me, apparently. Why can't you throw higher, damn it? They're up on here, Hans. Here, I'm gonna try to rappel up here. Oh, it's right here! Oh, I got him! Yo, what is up, everyone? Hope you guys are having a great night, great evening, great morning, whatever time you're watching this. So today we are launching our brand new podcast, the Quantum Gaming Podcast. And you're wondering what this is. So basically, me and my good friend Hans, which I'm going to invite right now. What's good, Hans? What's good?
Hello, this is our new podcast, the Quantum Gaming Podcast.
Yeah, and pretty much we talk about all things gaming. Stuff that we like, the games that we've played in the past and that we just feel like talking about, and anything that's relevant in gaming we feel like talking about. And
And
so,
I think the biggest thing that, at least in my mind, when we're creating this, is that in our group, only no one talks about games. It's all movie talk usually, except for Rhea, who talks the most games out of everybody. So I wanted to. We thought it was a good idea to start bringing some gaming into this community.
yeah. Because, I mean, there's so many games that are out there that maybe a lot of people would play, but they just don't talk about on their platform. So we thought that it would be a good idea that maybe let's talk about some games that we all like to enjoy and bring up some nostalgia for people. But let's see what's up in the chat. So we got Austin. What's good? What's good? We got Kaden. What's up? And of course, we got Hans. Hey,
There's a
what's up,
story.
Rhea?
There's a story behind the name. I'll tell you later.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me about that because I'm like, what the heck is going on there? But what's up, Rhea? What's up? Yeah, Rohan, was good. But anyways, without further ado, the reason why I played the video at the start of it, kind of like the gameplay video for a little bit, because I had to get stuff loaded, but I didn't want to just sit on low-fi beats and stuff like that. But hopefully, it was somewhat entertaining for the 3 seconds that it was playing. But hey, what's up, geeks? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. But anyways, this is a beautiful thumbnail. I'm proud of my work. Okay, no, but
Yeah, I
anyways,
am too.
these are the topics that we will be going through, and yeah, I'm very excited to get through this. So let's get started. So the first thing that Hans said that he wants to do when we start our gaming podcast is talk about the foundations of gaming, like what got us into gaming, or like what games were fundamental in like getting us into a majority of games. So the first one that Hans said that he thoroughly enjoyed was Fire Emblem. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this game here?
Fire Emblem is basically chess. It's a strategy game, a turn-based strategy game where your units rank up and they all have separate skills, whether it's strength slash magic, their skill, speed, etc. And it's a narrative story where all the talking really goes on and in between the battles. And in the battles, you're the tactician controlling the units who have all different movement or different different attack length, and that's basically what it is like a more advanced chess. And I
Wow.
remember playing this on Game Boy Advance when I was really young, and I loved it. And I would just play through it over and over again, trying to do strategies and new things. And I want to talk about this game specifically because I think it shows where I get my love for just strategy games or real time strategy games. It
Yeah.
started here.
Yeah, because I mean, I haven't seen any gameplay on that, but man, like that's really interesting. That I really do like strategy games. Like I know that there hasn't been a ton of them out or have been coming out. I know Tower Defense 2 is like the most recent one I played that's kind of like a strategy game, but it's not like it's chess like you said this one is. But yeah, this definitely sounds interesting. And Game Boy Advance.
Yeah,
That's
the game holds up.
wow.
It's like because it's like from an above view, you can go back and play it, and it's not like you go back and try to play like Pokemon Red version, and you're like, man, this really did age. This game, it it aged well, it aged very well.
Mm, I bet. I wonder if there's like people still on Twitch streaming this. I bet there is.
It probably is.
It's always like a small group that still plays all these games
This is
and
actually game
streams them.
number 7. This
Whoa.
is game 7, but it's the first one to release in the U.S.
Oh, really? So where was it?
Yeah,
I'm guessing it released
Japan.
in yeah. That's I figured. Cause I'm just looking at the cover, and that's why I'm like, huh. Like when you look at the cover, I totally did not expect a strategy or like a kind of a chess game. So that's actually pretty interesting. And I mean, yeah, that's interesting. So
Yeah, this game's amazing. It has 2 different paths too. You can, or technically 3 paths you can do,
what's up, Nate? Awesome.
and they're all good. I've played a lot of Fire Emblem games now, and they're all great.
Nice. I can't believe there's that many. That's awesome. That's awesome. Geek said I still have this game. That's awesome. I honestly I didn't know this existed until now. That's what's wild about this, and that's why because now I know about more games. I'm definitely got to check out now. I have no clue what this means. Does this mean anything to you? Was Tactics Ogre? Interesting. I still use my Game Boy Advance. Awesome. Yeah, I think I don't know if it was the Game Boy Advance that the Nintendo DS games were able to play, but I know I played the little cartridge ones that went underneath the DS that you could play from Game Boy, but I don't know if it has anything to do with that. All right, we lost Hans. We'll get him back in a second. But anyways, my question is since Geeks, I think so yeah, Hate and Nate and Geeks both said that they know this game and have played it. So my question is what is your favorite what is it? What's your favorite thing about this game that made you want to play this in the first place? Because obviously it seems like it takes a little bit of thinking. It's a chess game, tactical or strategy game. So obviously it is pretty. Oh, we got him back. What's up, Hans?
I lost voice. Yeah, it's probably technical difficulties, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, what you said is yeah, I liked it because it was a strategy game and you had to really think. And in this game, if you so you get to use up to let's say 10 units
Okay.
out of 15 that you can choose from. And you kind of you can choose what units you bring with you every time, and it goes anywhere from, oh, I just like this one's character, even though they might not be that good, or it can be like, oh, well, this one I know is a powerhouse if it levels up. The thing is with this game is if a character dies in battle, you have to make a choice, and that's either do you continue the battle without them and lose them forever, or do you
Oh no!
restart? Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you?
So,
Whoa,
yep,
dude, that's crazy. No, it gives me it just made me think of this game. Hold up, let me grab this game. It made me think of in terms of that losing people. It made me think. Here, let me see if I can pull myself and do
yeah.
solo.
It made you really think, if you're going to go
Made me
move
think
a
of this
unit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
a little bit, but that's oh man, that seems like a very fun game, and I do, man. Do you think they'll ever bring it to the Nintendo Switch potentially?
I hope because they brought the original Shadow Dragon one, which is the first game. Um, when they have a remaster, so I'm hoping that's in the future.
No.
Fun fact: you played Brawl, right? Super Smash.
Yeah.
So Roy and Marth.
Sounds familiar. Yeah.
They're two of the other swordsmen in those games. Marth is the main character of the very first Fire Emblem, and Roy is actually the son of this front character.
Oh, interesting.
And
Interesting.
you get to use Roy as a unit in the game after this one.
Oh, this sounds definitely interesting. I gotta check out some gameplay after this. But besides this, the next game that you said was very crucial in your gaming experience was none other than Mirror's Edge.
One of the best games I've ever played. I love it. I'll play it over and over.
I've
It,
never personally. I This is another game I haven't played, but I heard a lot about, and I know that there's two games in the series, and both of them
there are two. Catalyst is a reboot, not a sequel.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Why would
Yeah,
they
that
do a
disappointed a lot of
reboot?
people. I don't know. This game could have easily had a sequel. I'm hoping that they'd still do something with it, but they probably won't. This is just a typical. It's a first-person free-running game.
Oh,
The
really?
first game is very linear path things, where you gotta just free run your way around the rooftops, and You got to make sure you're pressing the buttons at the right timing. If you have to hold the button to make a bigger jump, and on top of that, the way the game is made, where like the entire city in this game is just white, a plain white city,
Oh,
and
really?
the story of the game is that basically the corporations basically took over. They have their own police forces, all that stuff, and in the game, your sister, who's a cop, gets framed for the assassination of a political candidate. So your mission is to basically try and save her and prove her innocence. And you do that by taking on the corporation head on. And it's a free running game. You can either avoid battles, sometimes you can't avoid fighting. What's very interesting is if you pick up a weapon, you can't reload it because Faith, the main character, her name's Faith, she doesn't carry ammo on her. So you pick up a weapon, has 18 rounds, that's all you get. And then you have to drop it and pick up a new one.
Oh, that's a pretty cool game feature that not a lot of games use. So that's very unique. I think the only other one I can think of off the top of my head that has the thing like it has limited ammo and you have to constantly like find resources around you to survive is basically what is it? Super Hot. That's a game that basically does the same thing because that's kind of
I
the
haven't played that one.
yeah, but yeah, it's a very interesting game. That's another one that's really it's trippy, but also it's pretty solid with its gameplay. But this
The
sounds unique. The story sounds very interesting, but it's a shame that of course they instead of doing a direct sequel, which I thought Catalyst was, that's a reboot. That's kind of like a what made them?
yeah.
What do you think that's all
Well,
about?
my answer to that is EA.
Oh, this is an EA game.
Yeah, EA Dice. EA Dice.
Okay, yeah,
Dice gets all the credit, but
that makes sense now. That makes sense because
um,
you just
a lot of
straight just
people
said
thought
EA.
Catalyst was a prequel because she's missing her tattoos, but it
Ah,
was just a reboot. Which I, Catalyst gets a lot of hate um, for good reasons. A lot of the hate for the Catalyst is very valid, but I
what are
still
some of
loved it.
those criticisms?
The biggest one is the open world. That's
Okay,
the biggest criticism because Mirror's Edge was always if you ever play it, you'll see it's a linear pathing free run game. That's just get from point A to point B, and that's what the game is overall. And a lot of people felt like that was a staple of Mirror's Edge. That was how it was. And Catalyst kind of, since it opens up the world so much, it almost feels like the it's I don't even know how to explain it really. It's because it's a lot of it's just preference. I feel like the open world kind of took away from what Mirror's Edge was, which
yeah, I
was like,
mean,
and a lot of games are like that. Hey, even just a quick thing, Halo. Think Halo. That used to be a very linear game, and then they made it open world.
yes,
They made it
with
work,
Halo Infinite, yeah,
but
yeah.
even playing Halo Infinite, being like, man, I love this game. I hope the next one they make is another linear pathing game.
Yeah, because it definitely strayed away from everything else that came before it, but and that's what kind of makes it unique. And I haven't really played too much of Halo Infinite, so like you said, it works. But my thing is, there's so many games out now that are all open world, so it's like it's interesting seeing games that like Mirror's Edge and Halo that use a different style and it created a buzz and had a fan base and was very popular with its style, but then they all kind of like this and Halo, they moved to that open world style, and it one of them worked, one of them didn't. And I think from what you described with this game, I can see why it didn't work because it's doesn't exactly fit. I would say.
Yeah, it works. Like, no, get me wrong, I love Catalyst. I put lots of hours into it.
Okay.
But the thing with open world games is it takes away replay value. It's
Mm,
very hard to want to replay an open world game where you're like, well, I have to redo a lot of these side missions to get things that I know I like. Where in
yeah,
Mirror's Edge or in the old Halo games, everything you had or needed, you just had. And it wasn't about doing all these side things to get there. It was about you were
just
starting
going
at this
straight
position
instead of going
and you're following this
diverging.
path and you use this path to get to the end. Good luck.
Yeah, because it's just to say, it's like a lot of the games, like Red Dead, GTA, all these other games, and Cyberpunk even. Like you want to get certain things, you gotta go and travel and do side quests and
Yep.
meet a bunch of different people. That's a thing that I get attracts people to open world games, but it's almost like to certain people it's like daunting, and it's like a thing for me because I have to because when I play an open world game, I pretty much damn near have to go around and find all these different people to see what I'm missing out because there's so much to do, and it's almost like, whoa, this is a lot. So that's why I appreciate games such as the original Halo, and up until I think was it five? I think five was the last one that was part of that linear style.
Yes.
So
And then
that's
Infinite.
yeah. Which I mean, good. I mean, yeah, that's
It works. I just hope it's not going to be a trend for it. Like
yeah.
I have this hope in me that maybe they'll make a Mirror's Edge 2. You know,
When
I
did
doubt
Trials
it,
come
but
out?
Quell came out a while ago, a
Yeah,
long time ago.
I'm gonna Google that. So, Mirror's Edge.
I want to say 2014, but I think I'm wrong.
It came out in 2016. Initial
Uh,
release date June 7th, 2016. I got a 6.8 out of 10 on IGN. And yeah, came from Frostbite, composer Solar Field, series Mirror's Edge, which
that's
that's
the other thing. The music in the game is absolutely perfect. Both games, perfect for the atmosphere of the game.
yeah,
Especially like with this game, Solar Fields. I don't know if you know them, but they make they're more like electronic music.
yeah,
And
because
the
I
music they
figured.
made for these games, it's very fluid. It's almost like water. So that
Oh.
nice fluid music in the background, even when it gets like heavier when you're like getting chased, it still
Mm-hmm.
has that fluid with it, and it makes the free running feel a lot cooler.
That's yeah, which is like another thing that we're gonna talk about. Is music and I forgot the other one. What's the other word we're gonna use? Like
Ambience,
yes, that's one.
like the musical ambience to this game, or
Yeah, that's
this game specifically, is just like it. It's not complicated at all with the game, but it's so fitting, and it really helps put the setting together.
yeah. And music, that's a huge thing that I think games do well on their own, but then the music is stuff that people remember. Like you hear like all of a sudden like someone may pull up a YouTube video from one of the songs in the soundtrack for the game, and they instantly know what game it is because music is becoming such an integral part of video games because it evokes emotion, I guess, in certain parts,
Hmm.
and it helps like especially in open world games where you have to travel and go around different places. The music is what kind of keeps you engaged in not only the game and but just kind of the same vibe. Because I for Cyberpunk, for instance, like when you're in combat, the music just goes hand in hand with just like,
Hmm.
and it's great. But
Dude, the music in Cyberpunk and combat, when you take out like a melee weapon or or
oh
something,
yeah,
you feel
it's
like
badass.
it's crazy.
Yeah, but the next game that I had in mind that I added that because is basically Star Wars: The Old Republic because it's not only because of the gameplay trailers. I played this game a decent amount. I never got super far because obviously it's been out for such a long time. I played it for a little bit on my computer, but then obviously got rid of that computer, so I kind of stopped playing. But this
Another
game,
EA game.
another UA, yeah,
How far have they fallen?
Oh yeah. I think which my thing about this game is that the gameplay was so fun and the story is so interesting in certain aspects. But I think most people when they see this game is they just think of the gameplay trailers because I think this game specifically has the best trailer and trailer cinematics like out there, because
Yes.
the most recent one, the CGI and just all that stuff and the VFX, amazing, amazing. And even the ones that came out in like 2011, like the very first one where he Malgus raids the Jedi Temple, that one is probably the most iconic, and just it's not the best quality of it, but man, it looks badass. And like I cannot wait for Lucasfilm to utilize the Old Republic, and hopefully they kind of get like see what's people love about this and the cinematics, and potentially add some of those elements, because they could do a lot. I would be completely fine if they did it in the style of this like cinematics that they are now, like how high quality they are and animated. I don't care if it's live action. If it looks like the cinematics that they do now, and they just utilize the story and made a full fledged saga out of those cinematic quality, I'm
Gonna
all game.
gonna have a hot take here.
Oh, what's
I
that?
I would prefer a cinematic style like with these trailers that you're talking about. I would
Mm-hmm.
prefer a show like
A
that over any
show.
live action. Yeah, a show or movie. Like I prefer that over live action. I feel like you can do a lot more
Yeah, I mean,
with animation like this.
well, yeah, I would say it's movie, because obviously, I'm just because I think like if they did a series, obviously it would go on Disney Plus, and we know about with Disney Plus, like their shows, like their original shows such as Hawkeye, Loki, Falcon Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and the runtimes. The runtimes are a thing that people are like kind of catch on to. Like, okay, so one episode's like 50 minutes, one episode's 30 minutes. Can we have some consistency? And some of them feel like I think if they did a movie, more or less, we would probably get like better quality, not only in the content but storytelling throughout the movie, because obviously it's a longer runtime, and so they have to hit a certain you know, I don't think they would like be like Warren Bros and stop at 2 hours, but I think they'll definitely have more consistency in terms of the overall picture and storytelling wise. But Mandalorian and Boba Fett, well, I'll simply say the Mandalorian is a good example of kind of like what Lucasfilm did better in that aspect, even though some of them did fall short in terms of runtime and also just storytelling and quality, because some of them felt like filler episodes. That's why I'm like, I don't want it to be a show, because of the kind of track record that Disney Plus has run with certain properties and the quality that we were getting. Boba Fett is a kind of hit or miss show with a lot of people. So I think if they but when are we going to get another Star Wars movie? You know, we're getting Obi-Wan, Mando season 3. This would be a great story to tell in theaters and have people get introduced to this time period, especially with these characters that are shown on here, because it's a
Yeah, it would open up open up a whole new time period, and then Lucasfilm would be like, all right, let's go this direction for a little bit.
and that's what I'm saying. Like this is like like I know they're getting into the High Republic, which is way after this, but which is a good idea. And that Star Wars Eclipse game, great cinematics as well, absolutely great. But I like Obi-Wan Kenobi and all these other shows are all filling into the Skywalker saga timeline. So eventually it's just gonna be like you're gonna have the timeline, and then it's just gonna be like zigzags everywhere pointed, like, oh yeah, this is where this show fits in, this is where that is. But with this time period, there's nothing touching this time period. So it'll be a Skywalker saga completely filled and oversaturated. But then you got the Old Republic, an untapped market. You can introduce brand new Star Wars fans and bring in old fans that know about the Old Republic and have read books, played the games, know about the characters, and you can bring them back and get them hyped for Star Wars again. Because these trailers scream Star Wars. Boba Fett screams Star Wars, but not like these trailers. So I think it would be pretty cool if they could do something like this. But man, I, but definitely, if you guys haven't seen any of the trailers, I definitely suggest go check out the Cinemax, because they're absolutely amazing.
When you watch them, you're gonna feel a mixture of very happy and joyful, and a little bit of frustration knowing that that exists and we haven't gotten to see more of it.
Because like the story, the music, and just these cinematics. Because there's the most recent one that came out that's 6 minutes, and after I watched it, I'm like, I think this 6-minute cinematic trailer for a game had better storytelling, better lightsaber fights than the
Oh
whole
no.
sequel
No,
trilogy.
no, no.
Did I do it? Did I do it?
Yeah, you did the thing.
I did the thing. I had to do it because I mean, like, come on, the lightsaber fights in this are just, oh man, the cinematics just they know how to do it. But anyways, I totally like lost track of what we're going into next. But let's see what's into
Next
next.
year games.
Oh no. These now we're into music and ambiance. So this is one of the
Look at that,
games.
one of the best game trilogies that ever existed. Anyone who hates Mass Effect 3 and actually doesn't like it, stop lying to yourself. The games as a whole, the story as a whole is incredible.
Oh, what's up, Anthony? Didn't have the comments pulled up. What's up, Anthony? I'm still getting used to this stuff. Don't worry about it. And yeah. What's up, Hayden, Nate? I dig the Green Lantern, by the way. But yeah, so what made you choose this game for the music and ambiance?
This game, mostly, the biggest reason is the galaxy map. When you go to the galaxy map and you can just fly around space probing planets to get that achievement because you have to get 100% for it all. When you're sitting there just listening for hours in the clouds, um, you just get lost. Like you feel just lost in space, and that's the main reason I chose the music. But other than that, like cutscenes that happen, the music is very well written and timed. There's the beginning of Mass Effect 2, I believe. The I don't want to spoil because I know Geeks is playing through the games, but stuff happens in the beginning of Mass Effect 2, and you're sitting and you're leaving, watching everything, and the music playing there, the soundtrack just kills it. That part.
Because I haven't played any of these games as well. So
You haven't?
no, I haven't. I've heard good
They're
things about this,
so good.
but I just never gotten around to them. Because I mean, I don't know what it was, but something like I don't know. Wait, I heard my
Dude,
name.
just play the game and admit that you're gonna fall in love with the blue alien. No one's gonna judge you.
I've heard some things about this blue alien though. I heard some things. I don't know what they are, but I've heard some things. So I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
But
these games are very good. They're third person, unless you're
okay,
using a sniper rifle. But not every class can use one class. The soldier class can use every weapon, but the other classes are limited to what weapons they can use, and they get different kind of skills. So like the soldier class doesn't get any tech or like biotic skills, but they're able to use every weapon. So you have to like kind of choose like that. Um, Commander Shepard is probably the one of the greatest heroes in video games and should
okay.
always be respected.
Is that the guy on screen? I'm
Yeah.
guessing. Okay,
Yes.
because when I was searching and putting the slides together, this is the guy that kept popping up. Like, who the hell is this Victor Creed looking or Victor Drago looking ass dude here?
Commander Shepard.
Dude, don't. Every time I hear Shepard, I think of Modern Warfare. I'm gonna be honest.
Nah. R.I.P. Ghost.
Exactly.
Motherfucker.
No. All right. So now I have Mirror's Edge, the first one, because I think I'll have Catalyst, but I think I'll stick with Mirror's Edge if I ever do play him. I'll play that one, then go right into Mass Effect because I'm not gonna mess with the reboot because it's like why would I play a first game, but then why play into the next one when I'm thinking it's gonna be a sequel when it's actually like a prequel / reboot.
Yeah,
No, so
it's a reboot.
I'm gonna
The
go
first one
right.
is also it's shorter because it's not open world. You don't have to bother doing all the side stuff. You can just
Yeah,
play.
and that's why I'm excited about possibly playing this. But the next game that's on our music and ambiance list is probably one of my favorite open world games because it's
The
oh,
best.
it's so good in the music. Oh, the music is. Oh, you play any single like sound or soundtrack or just track anything, just strip any like maybe a second from one of the songs and you know in like instantly what the game is. But just this image should just tell you right away what it is. And that's like, man, like this is the world. I mean, it's not like doesn't look as beautiful as this, but in my mind it's just as beautiful. It's obviously it's
The immersion you're able to get from the game, you're able to ignore that it doesn't look hyper realistic. Yeah, I don't think you want it to look hyper realistic for a game like this.
No, but Skyrim is such a great game. I know so many people that still play this game, replay it, try different
I'm
things
one of
out.
them.
Yeah, and I got it for my Switch, and even on the Switch, it's just as beautiful and great. Which because it's one of those open world games that does so well that you don't feel like like it's so daunting that there's so much stuff to do that you're constantly distracted in a bad way, but it's like you can do the brotherhood, you can be like, oh, there's so much great stuff, and you meet so many interesting and like really fleshed out characters, which is probably the strongest suit of why this game is constantly being remastered. Not only because it holds a special place in people's hearts, but because of the music and all the characters that that you meet in this game, and it's why the hype. Even though we haven't gotten a new Elder Scrolls game in such a long time, it's this
It's
game.
coming though.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's
And
announced.
oh yeah, it was announced, but we haven't seen anything, and I don't think we'll see anything for a while. But oh,
I think it was confirmed where it's going to be located. I think it was. I don't know why I want to say it's confirmed to be High Rock and. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank on what the area is called. I think the desert area. I think, but I'm not sure. It might be confirmed. Hammerfell. Got it.
Oh,
I think it's going to take place High Rock and Hammerfell. I think that's what I saw. Which is an area we haven't seen. It's nice. They keep moving areas.
Yeah, which is great because that's another thing, especially with the DLCs, which I think has one of the strongest DLCs out there.
Skyrim.
The whole you can build your home and stuff like that. That's awesome. Like the way you build it, you just give it materials and you just see it slowly building. Like, it's in building your house in your manor.
Yep. Then you can adopt kids.
So
you can go find those homeless kids that are super sad and be like, "You got a home now."
What is it? Not it's not Helgen. What's the Jarl Balgruuf? What's that place called again? Whiterun.
Run.
Yeah, that, which also another memorable place. I think
funny that you remembered the Jarl's name, but not the city.
My brain is funny. There's a lot of stuff, but this game, the music is probably like one of my favorite things about it. Which you brought up the guy who composed it, and I'll pull up this quote real quick.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was any that interested you.
I just pulled up the one that you sent, and right here, this is the one that when I clicked on it, this is the one that popped up. So I don't know if you want to read it.
Oh no!
Come on, Hans. You know you want to.
I don't want to, but hold on. It's safe to say that in the past, games have wanted to be like movies, but we all know that they aren't movies and never will be. Games are often bigger, richer, and more time-consuming.
Which is very true. And
100% true. Well, okay, back to Skyrim. We've been in Skyrim. Have you played Oblivion?
Yes, I played Oblivion. Yes.
Oblivion takes place in Cyrodiil, which is the country south of Skyrim. And Skyrim's a whole completely different country. You see like the mountains of Skyrim from, I think, the city's Bravil in the north. And then Morrowind took place in Morrowind, which is west. No, east. I'm an idiot. It's east, and that's where that's where all the Dark Elves are from, and all these continents are homes to all the different races that you're able to choose from in the beginning of the game. And it's really cool to see that, like I say, oh, I think we're going to High Rock and Hammerfell. Anyone who's been playing Skyrim like crazy, or even from the beginning, which is Arena, everyone knows some kind of history with these continents, at least a little bit. So it's like we're going to a brand new place, but it's a place that we've heard about so much. It doesn't feel like it's just being created. It feels like it's always been there, and now we have the chance to go there.
Yeah, but it's just it's one of those games that obviously doesn't fit for everyone, but to those that have played it, the music and just overall, like, I don't think what is the negative that you would say about this game? Because I mean, when I think of
Buggy.
this game,
Bethesda
buggy,
games are very buggy because they're. I think it's because they're so big, but yeah, they have a lot of bugs. But they're forgivable.
yeah, because it's one of those games that I think everyone who's played it, yeah, there's a lot of funny things in it, such as
Yes, some.
skooma.
No, the moon sugar, dude. The moon sugar.
Oh yeah, that's right. But oh man, the music in this game, I would play soundtracks for you guys, but obviously, copyright issues. But if you haven't played this game, I suggest you go out and play it. I know it's an older game, but there's plenty of additions out now that are way better. And plus, if you have a PC, not a better spot to play it on, because I mean, with PC you can obviously enhance graphics and do all this stuff, but on console
Well,
you
you
can
can
also
do
add
that on
mods.
console too.
Well, yeah, with certain mods, which is another thing that I think really helped this game a lot, like bring it back into relevancy, is adding mods to it, so you can do all these different things and create a whole new experience with a game that you play, like most people have replayed multiple times, which is really cool that they did.
Yep, my
But
mods were texture and survival mods. So I spawned in somewhere random, and it's just a little more realistic, more stuff like that. Or you can make dragons in the game Thomas the Tank Engine if you want. I mean, it's endless.
oh, that's great. So is there anything else you wanted to say about the music and overall Skyrim that we haven't added?
The music, in my opinion, in video games needs to be almost like a separate character, written like a separate character, written from a third person point of view, looking at what's happening in the game that you're playing. And I feel like that's the best way to write music for video games, because the music watching, if something like sad or whatever is happening in a game, that music needs to be reflecting that very well as if it's watching it happen, and the music is sad.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
that's
why I
why.
mean it's
Yeah,
own character.
and that's something that this game does really well, because like, remember, like, you get in the combat and the music hypes up, and then, like, you hear a lot of the percussion stuff like that, and the chorus is very great in this game. But then when you get out of combat and you're just going back to exploring the wilderness, it dies down ever so slightly, and it goes into calm, peaceful music. And it's great. The music in this game and the way they transition from certain tracks to another based on the situation you're in is perfect. And I think it continues even over in the DLCs. Honestly, another drawing a blank, but the Dawn Guard one, and then
Oh,
the other
Dawn
one.
Guard. I think the one where you build your house is Heart Heartfire, I
Heartfire.
believe,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Can't think of
the
the other
Island of
one.
Soulsile.
Dragonborn. Yeah, Dragonborn. That's the other one. That's another one going to the.
That's 15 hours of gameplay. That's another game.
It is, and that's what's crazy. Like, with DLCs now, it's more or less stuff that gives you like a little bit added, like cosmetical items, but it's not like a whole another story built on the game. Which The Witcher is another game that is a long game in itself, but then the DLCs are multiple other games, and I haven't even been able to touch those DLCs. But This game, the DLCs and the music that are added with those DLCs, amazing. And I think the Dragonborn one is one of the wildest, and also just kind of like get introduced to a whole different area, characters, and
Yeah, you go
story.
back to Morrowind.
Yeah, which is really cool because I mean, for people that like, I haven't played Morrowind, I played Oblivion, but that's it. So it was really cool to see this stuff and be
You
brought
should play
back.
Morrowind.
I definitely should. I could probably. I think it's on.
You're gonna hate your life, but you should play it.
Uh, but yeah. So definitely check out Skyrim and all the other games that we've talked about so far. But the next title that we're about to bring up and mention in our topics is a brand new game that we just got gameplay for the other day, and we haven't seen any gameplay of it. So you're gonna kind of get a live reaction, and this we will play. So, and that is Hogwarts Legacy,
I'm
which
very excited for this.
I just I know that PlayStation is getting the marketing right now, but just to reiterate, it will be on Xbox as well as PlayStation. I don't know about
If
PC,
it's not, I'll probably buy PlayStation.
which I think this is a single player game, but I think that there's a heavy potential for multiplayer, and I think that if eventually, I think a good DLC, which even though it's gonna be minor, it's gonna be major in a lot of aspects. If they add multiplayer, which might real quick
You
before
can
we
do a
watch,
lot with multiplayer in a
you
game
could
like
do
this, probably. I don't know. I have
especially
to see the gameplay first, I guess.
yeah. So real quick before we see the gameplay, because it's like a 14-minute video of gameplay, and I think the
Make
developers
sure you
going
pause it.
through. Yeah, yeah. So if you need something to speak up, but what do you hope to see in this gameplay trailer?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this, what I'm expecting, and I expect probably a skill tree of some sort where you're gonna have to use that to learn spells or and stuff, and you're gonna have to kind of choose a skill tree because there's different magic, there's different classes of magic. So maybe I'm assuming that there's gonna be skill trees for those different classes of magic.
Oh, of course. That's a thing that it's in a lot of like a lot of single player games, skill tree,
I love
especially
skill trees.
it's very yeah, and the one game that I was just playing that's a single player game is Spider-Man Miles Morales, and that skill tree is like it boosts your character, and when you unlock it all, you're like an OP character. But one of my key things that I want to see in this game is like like because one of the things I liked it about the movies that is that Hogwarts is such a central location, but there's so much other stuff just simply around the grounds, such as a forbidden forest. There's so many areas just within this game that's so memorable, like Hogsmeade. I really hope
Hmm.
that we go into that wintry kind of townish thing, go into all the different stores and stuff like that. That would be really cool. But another thing, speaking of music, oh my gosh, what would really like immerse and just make me love this game even more is if they brought some of the music from the movies into this. When you go in certain areas, when you do certain things, they play like the soundtracks from the movies, which I mean, there it's a licensed game, so I wouldn't. I mean, it's now the realm of
They
possibility.
could. They
They
could.
could, but I mean, not to reuse all the songs and stuff like that from the movies, but I think that would be a strong part of it to kind of bring people back to the world, the wizarding world. They hear
Well,
songs
the
like, "Oh, I
best way to
remember this."
do it, yeah, the best way to do it actually would be to make the slate changes to already written music, add another
Mm,
chord here, add another, add stuff to it, or take away almost like a remastered almost, but
yeah,
changed so that it has the familiarity with it, with the other side of it being a completely new song still.
yeah. Which that's a good thing. But another thing that I think that would be really fun is is play Quidditch. Oh man,
Dude,
that would be so much
I didn't
fun.
even, dude, I don't know why I didn't even think of that.
Quidditch,
Yo,
man,
quit it,
Quidditch.
Quidditch
With
with your friends. That would be
that would
sick.
be huge DLC, and I don't think that would be really cool if that
Maybe it's
could
in the
be.
game.
If you could do that in single player and just kind of like that would be like a rate like kind of like a mini game sort of thing, but like that's such a important part of obviously the movies and then the books. I mean, think of like the covers of the books. him
Yeah.
playing Quidditch is in one of them. I think it's a Sorcerer's Stone, but it's such a key part of kind of development of the Wizarding World that we got introduced to. So I mean, we're obviously at Hogwarts, which is the main setting of this game, from what I could tell, and obviously in the title and what we're looking at right here. But it'll be really cool, especially with all the houses you're able in. Like that would be such a cool thing, and plus the house points. That's it. There's so many. This game, I would not be surprised, and I'll be completely fine with if it's over 100 gigabytes, 200 gigabytes. I don't care if it adds, because I mean, how
Yeah,
big?
what if there's actions you can do? We should just watch it because I'm getting
Oh
ahead of
yeah,
myself. We're
yeah,
like
yeah.
starting to say all this stuff that's a possibility, but we don't know anything about developing games.
Oh, we don't know anything, but man, just look at. Also, it looks like there's a dragon on the left and there's a hippogriff on the
Yep.
right. Oh, I'm so excited. But like, real quick, okay, I wonder if you can murder people in this game. Like if you go Slytherin, you can go full on Death Eater and start murdering people and start causing havoc in Hogwarts. Like
I don't know.
there's
Maybe.
so
Maybe
many
you
different.
can.
I,
Maybe
I feel
go
like
Dark Wizard.
I feel like with this, just real quick, there's so much you could do with this game. Even DLCs that you don't even need to add anything else with the story. If you just add different things with DLC that adds new aspects to the game, Quidditch, uh, more duels, or just exploring different areas, perhaps, and different, you know, obviously stuff like that. That would still be great.
You know what would be an interesting idea too is making a new game plus, being like, all right, now you're back here next year.
That
And it could
oh,
that would be crazy though. That's
I
like
mean
going
it's
to like Mass Effect levels of stuff.
I mean, like you do New Game Plus and it launches you, you have to go right. Will they launch? Will the start of the game be you going to platform 9 3/4? That would be dope, bro.
I don't
That would
know,
be dope.
maybe.
Because I mean, that's like you
Just for the
Hogwarts Legacy.
nostalgia. Yeah.
No, not even that. Just to have the start of your character being traversing through the train station, and because I feel like one of the most memorable parts of Sorcerer's Stone is when you first get introduced in that world, going through that platform and just going through the wall and
Yep.
then seeing the Hogwarts train. Like that's such an important part, and I think this game is definitely going to play on the nostalgia aspect, which I'm completely all game for. I know nostalgia is a huge thing right now, especially in movies in Hollywood, but I think with this game, especially when you're in it uh way different time period, way before the Harry Potter books,
Hmm.
but also you're still still in that same sort of vibe and setting. So I would definitely be,
Well,
you know,
there's also the question: did the Wizarding World have like? How does that man? What are the words I'm looking for? Like what with their like I guess technology and their
Mhm.
advancements,
Well,
has it
obviously,
been the way it is in Harry Potter for hundreds and hundreds of years because it's like they're like
I would, yeah,
peaking almost with what they can do with what magic can do already?
well,
Or
just
is
look
it
at the
something that
style of the movies and look how like when Harry's with his aunt and uncle, the technology itself with the modern world and modern London, but then look at when he goes into the world, it's still like that. I don't know what time period. Like I don't know how you describe that time
it's
period.
not quite medieval, but
Yeah,
it's
it's like
like
Dark
it's
Ages almost.
yeah,
Dark,
almost like
yeah,
that.
yeah. And it's really cool the style. So I wonder if they're gonna because I'm guessing how would they? Because obviously right now in the Harry Potter they're in the Dark Ages, kind of like the style. So years before, do you think they would still be in it? I think it's either they're
Maybe they just didn't need to
different
do more than
style.
that, you
I
know?
mean, why would you? You
Maybe
have magic, bro. There's
you
not really.
can you don't need heat because you can just use magic.
Yeah, exactly. Just go. But anyways, without further ado, let's watch this uh gameplay trailer.
Make sure you pause it every once in a while
Yeah, here,
so they
let me
don't
go full.
strike.
Oh yeah, so let me know when you want to pause, because
Yeah.
obviously we can talk about it. It's 14 minutes. This is obviously captured on the PlayStation. I'm gonna make sure that this is at the highest quality I could possibly do before like my. Oh my god. should I do 4K or I think I'll just leave it at auto because honestly I think I'll just break StreamYard. It's at 1440, so without further ado, let's get into it. Already off to such an interesting start.
I'm telling you, WB, their games.
The music already. Oh. In-game footage. Wow.
Oh, I like that already.
Wow. Oh.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
I just want to pause it right there because wow.
Yo, they did what I talked about already.
I'm
With the
guessing it's
music.
Yeah, that was about to say, like, I could hear the music, bro. Like, dude, that was that's awesome. Oh man. First of all, the Forbidden Forest, obviously new creatures we haven't seen, and just the quality and just oh man, it looks so good. It looks so good, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
it looks crazy.
a minute in, I'm already hyped. That if that was literally all the gameplay reveal, I would be like, because already I'm just like, bro, the music just
I wonder if there's
I'm
character
speechless.
customization.
Oh, there has to be. There has to be, especially with
Maybe.
like your looks and obviously how you portray. Like, that's a huge part of it, I guess. But here, oh man,
Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy. You're a new student at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic hidden in the wizarding world. You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind, as you may be the one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world.
Interesting.
wow.
But
All
before you
right.
can study magic,
So not only that's very interesting, but
Do
like
your choices matter
it's
then?
funny. I think it's one of those things because obviously we see the tape. Like, oh, can we just talk about the shot real quick? Oh, it looks like we're watching the movie again. It's so good, bro. Why does it have to look so good? Like, oh man, it because obviously you can choose between the four houses. So I'm guessing like based on what it would be really interesting how your story would be different based on the house you choose. Like, kind of like the story options that come available because obviously Gryffindor's would be vastly different from Slytherin based on obviously what those houses stand
And
for and what
Hufflepuff
we've
would be
seen in
different than all of them.
for sure. So like not only will if they did a new game plus, but you could simply just go back and restart the whole game, but with a
Yeah,
different house and see what taking that different house will lead you
you
to.
could.
Oh, bro. But like also we obviously can see a change in this because obviously it looks like the same stuff we've seen from the movie. But look at the headmaster and the teacher's table. It's obviously a different setup because it's more like a C shape rather than the straightforward
Yeah, you're
long
right.
table. So that's obviously interesting. Also, the decorations on the wall, the glass seems different. Maybe I might be
They still got the
reaching, but
floating candles though.
yeah. Oh man, imagine if you go down to like eat and like there's a thunderstorm now, or like when you like hit like a certain part of the story and it's Christmas time and stuff. Oh, bro.
I hope that you go through all the seasons.
Oh man, because I mean, if you're gonna be playing like a student at Hogwarts, you have to progress throughout the year.
Right.
Oh man. Oh. All right, let's continue.
magic and begin to solve these mysteries, you must create the witch or wizard you want to
Oh,
be.
there you go.
Right there, Hans. Now, obviously, like
Is this gonna answer literally all my questions?
wow, this is probably the best state of play so far that I've seen because it's answering like they're like, all right, we got the music, but we're changing up a bit. You're still gonna recognize like, oh, the same bass line is still there, and you know different crescendos is still there, but obviously we got a little twist on the change it up so it's something new but yet intriguing. And the character customization seems pretty good so far.
When you arrive at Hogwarts, you will be sorted into one of the 4 Hogwarts houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw.
Hold up, because I just want to pause it right quick because we're seeing a little bit.
You're pausing more than Max.
I'm pausing more than what?
Max.
Well, I'm just saying because we're seeing different parts of it.
I know.
But because this is obviously the Gryffindor thing.
Or Slytherin. After you settle into your dormitory, you will meet up with your housemates
It
in
looks
the
like you
common room.
choose. It
You
looks
will
like
then
you
need
get
to
to
attend
choose.
classes, and you do have some catching up to do, as you are starting Hogwarts late as a 5th year.
So you are the new student.
You'll begin.
Hold up. Okay, so that's I'm sorry to pause it again, but like that's pretty interesting. You're
So
starting
you already
as
know
a
magic. Yeah.
Well, wait, hold up. You are starting at Hogwarts late, so it's not like I don't think it's like you already know magic. I think you're just starting it late. But how do you start? Or like I don't know. I want because in my mind, like when I hear starting at Hogwarts late, they makes me think of like you're just joining and catching up to everyone. Like I mean, like go back
Yeah.
on because
You will then need to attend classes, and you do have some catching up to do.
you have some catching up to do. So I mean, it's not like you're a 5th year like you've gone through the previous 4 years. Because catching up basically means that you have to catch up to obviously other people in your grade. So I'm
You know what
guessing
that
it's
means?
like,
That's the tutorial. That's the
Yeah.
tutorial. That's when you do the tutorial, I guarantee.
yeah.
You'll begin your studies attending Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Herbology, and Potions classes, to name
Oh,
a
yeah.
few.
To name a few, so obviously there's
There's
room for
more.
more.
I wonder if you get to choose.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Flowers. Please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that you will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two.
No, bro.
Welcome.
No way.
Oh, look, it's
they did it.
It's that
They
room.
did it, bro. They did it. Oh, they did it, bro. They did it. Oh.
That's pretty cool that we're seeing this stuff again.
You may begin.
The combat.
Oh.
Oh.
Bad for a beginner.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
And I like just pausing it real quick because I have multiple comments, but I like it how, like, obviously with the Defense Against the Dark Arts class, like, they're taking, like, the setting and overall the stage from the movies and putting them into the game because,
Yep.
and then same with the potion room. But the question is, will there be a Half-Blood Prince book that we can use potentially?
No.
But not obviously the Half-Blood Prince, but is there going to be another book that we can find and fight someone else over to cheat and just kind of
Maybe.
Because that'd be so good. Watch. You have to spend like actual, but one thing I saw.
Maybe it's a choice in the game where you get bad points if you say yes and good points if you say no.
It changes your story. Like changes different outcomes. It's either you choose a book and you go straight, or see, it's another one of those things that could shake shit up a little bit.
Yeah,
But,
maybe.
But what I did see, and I do want to mention, is that IGN reported that there will be no microtransactions for this game, which we'll talk about that shortly when we talk about another game. But obviously, that's a huge thing. And obviously, EA is probably the most well-known company that abuses microtransactions. FIFA, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Cancer, my bad. But anyways, the quality of the game, amazing. So far, I'm absolutely loving the gameplay. The quality of the game, it looks amazing. And I'm in college right now, but man, I want to go back. I want to go back to school. I want to go to this school.
I like how it's introducing all the all the teachers to us right now.
Yes, that's another cool thing as well. And I think like all of them, like they seem pretty interesting.
Here you'll meet your professors and learn to cast spells,
Oh,
grow
wow.
magical plants, brew potions, and more. In between classes, you'll be able
You'll be able to explore the castle. And this is an area, I paused it right here because this is an area I don't think we've seen yet in anything, any movie. And the castle looks because I mean, I look at this side, I don't think I've ever seen some, because this reminds me of like the overall city in Oblivion, like in the beginning where it shows you the city, it's like the outer walls, and in the middle,
Yeah.
that's why it gives me this fountain area. But I don't think we've seen this. That's why I'm pausing, because this is a new area. Maybe something happens. Eventually, they change it to something else, this is just an area that we haven't been privy to.
It's possible we just never seen it.
Which is a shame. Which is an absolute shame.
to explore the castle famous for its secrets, enchantments, and mysteries.
Are they going to have to
You'll
move in
discover
staircases?
We'll see. But obviously, we have to go up and then get into her house. We have to obviously talk to the painting and say the password. So I wonder if that's something that we have to, like, it's not gonna be something we're gonna have to like enter it or hit a dialogue option, which would be cool because it obviously kind of shows that you have to obviously remember it. Because instead of just walking up to it and saying, "All right, you're welcome," and
If you forget the password, you have to go find someone and be like, "Hey, man."
that'd be hilarious. That'd be great.
Dungeons and secret passageways.
Dungeons and passageways. Oh.
Ooh, hello.
As well as challenging
there's
puzzles
gonna be.
that will require magical skill and a
Yes!
clever mind to solve.
Yo!
I like puzzles. I like
that's
puzzles.
awesome. Look at that. It just comes.
You may even find yourself in iconic locations you've never been able to explore before.
Oh, shit.
It's the late 1800s, so while the common rooms and classes may be familiar, most of your professors will not be. However, you may recognize a few faces.
Oh, look at that.
Once Sir Patrick lets me join the Headless Hunt, I'll be right there with them. This offering is sure to win them over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
You'll come to know this eclectic group of talented witches and wizards in class and while completing side assignments that are part of a special curriculum.
Okay, so obviously, besides the main story of obviously stopping that goblin guy, there's gonna be abundance of side quests. So that's something that's I'm definitely intrigued in. So this seems like an open world game, obviously, because they're able to explore outside.
It works though.
Yeah, it makes sense for the game. It's Harry Potter, so I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, right.
One's designed to help you catch up with the other fifth years at your own speed.
Oh,
there we go.
Did he just blue ball me like that?
Yep.
Opportunities for adventure abound in the area surrounding Hogwarts.
Okay.
The magical abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork will soon become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the rumors of a mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight, and if the safety of Hogwarts lies in the balance.
I have. Opinions differ as to how great a threat he really is.
Oh.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures corrupted by a magical force, powerful goblins, and sinister witches and wizards, all willing to fight, even kill, to achieve their own goals.
Oh, really?
In fact, there's an uneasy alliance between the goblins and dark wizards.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade, that all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this child? Are you not telling me?
But perhaps you shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet.
Let's go.
Wow. Ho ho.
I'm loving this.
Dude. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. I just had to pause it there because I just wanted to see if I can get it. Like, look at them, they're connecting streams. But like, dude, this is awesome, man. You can
It
lock
looks
one,
great
bro.
too.
It looks just
Look at the
watching this.
magic hitting. It's
It's
great.
like it's literally like in the fourth Harry Potter movie when Voldemort and Harry do it, which is another thing that's really cool that they do. Let's freaking go. Yeah, man. I just had to
Yeah, no, let's
jump.
go.
I jumped back to the thing, but man.
Enemies possess unique defensive and offensive abilities, including blasting curses, stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more. While some may attack directly, others might enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of the shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes.
Defender! A partner!
Counterattack with powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations. Students who become particularly adept at spellcasting will find many ways to exploit their enemy's weakness.
Oh, what was that?
Your skill tree.
Slam with Descendo. Roast with Incendio. Devastate your enemies using various finishes.
Oh.
You can even use the mysterious, powerful magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest
Okay,
foes.
so it can be Thor now. Okay.
Mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your combat style.
Oh, that's awesome.
On your path to become the ultimate duelist.
Wow.
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time.
In addition to classes and spells, you'll have access to a deep set of upgrades, talents.
You did it. You called it again. Another one of your things that you said that you hope you see, and obviously instead of like a skill tree, I mean you get skill card. This is basically
yeah.
Which interesting, but
I want this game right now. We haven't even finished the video.
Yeah, I already want this game now. Which I know the release date. Do you want to know the release date, or do you want to wait
after the video?
Yeah, but real quick, I know we see this, but I didn't pause it because of that. But look it up on the top banner there. We have character, inventory, talents, which is obviously probably the skill tree, collections, which is probably collectibles that you find, challenges, side quests, and also like probably dueling, as well as other things, and obviously the map.
No, look, there's quests. The challenges might be something like brew this kind of potion,
Oh yeah. Because I didn't get to that point, but I'll post. I'm guessing is probably like obviously
post
mail
office.
Quests, and I'm really intrigued to see the settings. I don't know. I want to see what you.
I am too. I want to see what you can do.
Yeah,
FOV.
Exactly. Oh, why? I mean, it's third person already. It's not like you need FOV.
And skills to aid your progression as a wizard. Complete challenges throughout talents and skills.
Hold on. Oh, crap. I'm going to go back to the things here. I'm going to remove the closed captioning for a second because I think each of them, they said something under each of the
classes
things
and spells,
here.
you'll have access to a deep set of...
So room of... Oh, okay. So yeah. Room of requirement. These talents improve your abilities in the room of requirement. So obviously we're gonna be able to go into that room, which I wonder if that's gonna be like a kind of like an overused system. I wonder if you can go in there and be like, you know what, I need a certain herb. Can you just like magically appear? But here, so we got room of requirement
of upgrades, talent,
stealth,
and skills to aid you,
and core overall effectiveness. And as you see here, 0 talent points. So I'm guessing as you level up or you do a certain thing, and I'm guessing challenges, you can earn talent points. But Obviously, you can see you can level up to level 12. So so far this game looks amazing, and I think what they're doing right now is amazing and everything that people probably expected and wanted, and more, honestly. But I wonder what the other two are.
Your progression as a wizard. Complete challenges throughout the world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle to allow you to focus on your favorite types of magic. You can also loot, buy, or craft your own magical gear.
Wow.
Which will increase your offensive and defensive capabilities in combat. Gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle.
Use a strong, even motion when cutting
Wow.
your ingredients.
Wow.
Spells are not the only tools at your disposal in combat. As you hone your wand skills, you can continue to further your magical education at Hogwarts, progressing your development as a witch or wizard. Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost.
Is that camouflage?
Yeah.
Grow and deploy magical plants to mob the battlefield and keep your enemies at bay.
Okay, that's cool.
You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate unsuspecting enemies. In Beasts class, you will learn about a variety of magical beasts you might encounter, both at school and as you explore the world surrounding the castle and its grounds.
The goal of today is to remind all of you.
There you
how
go.
to maneuver.
Oh, come on.
There you go.
Please, bro. You've been blue balling me this whole thing. We've watched 9 minutes of this 14-minute trailer. I've seen the broom twice. Please let me spank some ass on the Quidditch course, bro. Come on.
On a broomstick, safe.
Learning and mastering broom flight is highly recommended so that you may travel around the world more quickly.
What about Quidditch?
Do my herbology homework.
Come on.
You're despicable.
Ooh,
Some
that was
abilities
tough.
Look at another look at the comments.
may be taught to you by students who become your friends. As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can accompany you on your journey as your companions.
Awesome.
And over time, you'll learn their stories.
This is our chance.
Natsai Onai is a brave adventurer driven by the justice she seeks. Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves magical beasts, connecting with them more easily than with humans.
What happens now?
Unafraid of detention or breaking the rules
Sneaking in the restricted section again.
is Sebastian Sallow, a charismatic Slytherin
We've been over this, boy. Purplefids cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family secret.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes, and regular gathering areas.
I think we got a little sneak peek at your
We did.
moving staircases.
Welcome
I
to
think
the
we did.
Room of Requirement.
One of the most remarkable secrets of Hogwarts is known as the Room of Requirement. You're introduced to this space that seems to sense what you need and then provides it for you.
Awesome.
Since you need to catch up to your peers, the room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants, brew potions, and upgrade your gear.
Awesome.
A helpful house elf named Deke helps you discover vivariums that allow you to nurture your own menagerie of magical beasts.
What is it?
Peak isn't
It's kind of like Fantastic Beasts.
Only one way to find out.
You can freely customize this space to reflect your
Hold up.
Wait.
You can have. So you're telling me this game, as a 5th year, you can own your own fucking house and pay mortgages, but right now, hold up, bro. Hold up. What? What?
Why would you need your own cottage?
I mean, shit. You. Okay, now this is the only part that I'm like, okay, really now, really. But I mean, it's cool. It's cool.
I want to do this in Red Dead.
We'll get to that. That's why I said it. Like you're telling me I can do this as a 5th year when I'm literally living in a castle. but we can't have this in Red Dead. But we'll get to that because that's gonna be that. That'll be. I might get actually heated, but this is cool. I mean, fuck it. You're what? How old are you? You're fifth year, so you're like what? 15, 16? So you're like
No
movie
idea.
teenager. You want your own house? I get it.
Personality and magical specialties.
Bro, look at that. Man has its own. Man's like, all right, I joined Hogwarts late. I'm gonna join as a fifth year. All right, I've been here like what 2 months. I learned everything I need to know. All right, I'm gonna start my own life here. I'm gonna have myself a good life. Oh, look at that animal! Awesome. Oh shit. Oh, hippogriff. Is that a dragon too?
That
Not
is a
everything
dragon.
you need on your journey is available at home.
What? Okay. We just paused it, but do you know something different about Hogsmeade that leaves me a little bit uncomfortable, but also like I'll get used to? Where is the snow?
Maybe. It's just. I don't know.
I don't know.
This is set a long time. I don't know. Let's see if it shows more.
Hogwarts. You'll want to visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade, where loads of shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require. From potion ingredients and recipes, to seeds for magical plants, to all sorts of gear. But Hogsmeade also has its dangerous side. A band of dark witches and wizards emboldened by the turmoil of the times wander the village outskirts. You must avoid them or defeat them.
No,
as
it
you
can't be
explore,
Death Eaters.
you'll find the
No,
world
but
surrounding
it's
Hogwarts
magic
is
that they
alive
use.
with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest. As the school
Okay,
year
There you go.
As
See,
the,
so
as
it's
the school years
seasons.
progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the sky with lightning or sunshine, or coat the ground with snow or rain. Unique wizarding hamlets pepper the countryside, each with vendors and residents who have stories to tell, and missions with which they could use your assistance. Be on the lookout for enchanting magical puzzles that may very well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student at Hogwarts. Magical beasts roam the lands outside the castle walls. Some have been corrupted by a mysterious dark magic, while others are at risk of poachers and their traps. If you're feeling benevolent, you can rescue them and restore them to health in the Room of Requirement. But there are dangers beyond your understanding in the world as well. Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also untold rewards.
No way. That's
Be
awesome.
careful where you choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path.
Let's go! You can murder people!
Master spells. Befriend new allies. Journey across a landscape never seen before. Uncover ancient secrets. Combat mystical threats. Learn long-forgotten mysteries. Become the witch or wizard you want to be as you leave your unique mark on the wizarding world. Here, in Hogwarts Legacy.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm buying it. I'm buying it.
Oh, dude.
I'm getting it. That was great. That was sick. That game looks amazing.
I don't
Like
think-
it's WB. Like I'm telling you, WB
Wow.
games. You can trust WB games.
The combat gave me a little bit of was it Arkham Knight vibes a little bit, but
A little bit.
It looks so good. The story, the gameplay, bro. But the one thing that you know, where's my goddamn Quidditch? Where's Quidditch?
DLC.
Oh, dude, don't blue bomb me like that. Oh, damn it. Oh man. Dude, and it comes out holiday 2022. That's not. I mean, that's still a long
It's.
time away.
I mean, it's
It gives
this
them time
year.
to add. It gives them time to add. Quidditch.
It does.
Come
You're
on.
right. It gives them time.
Give me Quidditch, please. Damn it. I don't care about the garden. You can remove the garden now. Put a Quidditch. I want Quidditch. I want to whoop some ass. I want to bully people into the stands. Please.
Oh, that'd be great.
Dude, I'll be such an. I think I might just purposely be a Slytherin just so I can be an asshole. like you're like two people like going alongside. One person's like on the edge of the stands, and you're just kind of like on the inside, and the snitch is right there, and you're just like right here. Push him right to the stands.
Imagine like them having competitive Quidditch matches, like online shit. People would play it. I guarantee it.
I think if like they didn't even like to have that multiplayer aspect, I think if people were like I'm not really into this stuff, but then they would, if they added Quidditch and it was multiplayer, like it was like an option to have like an online thing. I think a lot of people would be more intrigued. That'll get a lot more people.
I just want to go against you in Quidditch.
Oh my! I want to duel you. I want to duel you. I want to whoop your ass, dude. Oh man!
What class are you picking?
What class am I picking?
I mean, not class. What house?
I'm debating on Slytherin most likely.
I'm doing Ravenclaw, like 100%.
Yeah, but oh my gosh! Of course, the one person that's like really into creatures and shit is Hufflepuff, little Lovegood type,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah.
Hufflepuff.
1 second. Yeah, I was just messaging because like obviously my internet is now magically having issues. I blame that there's no Quidditch.
I blame that there's no Quidditch too.
Yeah, but yeah. So overall, how would you rate that? Rate that gameplay trailer?
10 out of 10. Literally every question I had, everything I was saying, I wonder if this will be here, I wonder if that will be here. It was all answered.
Yes, I mean, pretty much everything that we literally just talked about, which is really hilarious. It just speaks to how well they know what to do in the marketing of this game. Because I mean, we everything that we said, like everything that we said, oh, I wish we could see this. I wish we can learn about this. We saw, except the fucking Quidditch. Even the music too, which is a huge part. Which the music to me, oh, it's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited just to hear the music and go to class. But like, what's funny is like it's gonna come out in holiday 2022, and that's gonna be like right in the middle of me transitioning from fall to spring. So I'm gonna go from hard ass chemistry classes to go do more chemistry in the game. Which I don't know if they have acetate, in the Hogwarts, but I could definitely brew up do some titration experiments, do some stuff like that, but don't worry about it. But all right, so I definitely have to agree. 10 out of 10. This is probably my most hyped up game that I want to play within this year. I mean, when I heard this come out, I was like, oh man, is it gonna be really cringy, like kind of like really childish and like all happy go lucky? But like, bro, it seems like you can get down and dirty and do some really crazy shit. And the game looks beautiful. The gameplay looks amazing, and the characters look. Oh, there's so much you can do, and I'm so hyped. This is probably gonna be the only game I'll be playing for months.
Yeah, I'm very excited to buy this. Man. I'm going to buy it at the busiest time at work. I'm not going to play it, but I'm going to buy it.
I definitely think that this game is going to be very successful. I think it's going to be incredibly successful because even people that are not gamers but are such Harry Potter fans, they would literally buy a system to play this game.
Might, because this opens, like, this is the very first time for something like this that we get to be our own character in the world that we see, that we're like want to visit.
And it's in a different time period too, so it's like a completely new experience that hasn't been told yet. Because I know that they made games that are kind of like that go with the movie, but obviously, it's not the customization. You're just simply playing as Harry, but you go through this linear story mode.
Yeah.
But this is this opens the door for so much more, and that's why I think it's really attractive to a lot of people, and especially Harry Potter fans. I definitely think that I think this even has Game of the Year potential. I think it easily does compared to,
Maybe
but it's going against a lot of tough things. I mean, within
it's
this
going
year,
against Elden Ring.
not only that, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok as well.
Yeah, I mean, we'll
I think, but
we'll see. I think this is the perfect way to throw someone into the world of
oh yeah,
like Harry
Wizarding World.
Potter. Yeah,
Oh, for sure. And this definitely seems like you can like have your children play as well. If you have kids, you could definitely have that because it doesn't seem like it's such a crazy like adult type game that you can play this around. It seems like a very accessible game for a vast amount of audiences, which I think is another strong suit because it's not like a rated M for mature. I'm guessing it's gonna be like E for everyone. That's what it seems like. It seems like
no, it's gonna be T at least because of violence and
oh yeah,
killing.
true. But man, I think this game has everything going for it. The only thing I think it could delay it is if what we see, like I think the only thing that could really kill it is like the gameplay that we've been seeing in here is vastly different. Like it pulls a cyberpunk on us or something like that. Like what's another game that like the gameplay looks so great and everything looked amazing, but then when the game came out, you notice things like, okay, you can't do this now, but in the trailer you could do that, and why does this look like completely different? Like the quality is completely different. Like I think that would be like the only
I can
thing.
think of a game.
What game?
Battlefield.
Oh, all right. Which, speaking of Battlefield, oh fuck, my bad. Oh, sorry, my bad. Don't. Oh shit, it's not in here. Don't worry about it. It's not in here. Which I don't know why it's not in here. Luckily,
it doesn't deserve to be in here.
it doesn't. It really doesn't. But luckily, I do have an article. I'll do that. 1 second. Maybe if no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna share the screen because I pull up an article, which I haven't used StreamYard in such a long time, so this is interesting to use. But obviously, the biggest thing with Battlefield 2042 is obviously how bad it is. Again, it's an EA game. So the gameplay trailers, everyone was so hyped about. I was so hyped. I pre-ordered it.
I was hyped.
Big mistake on my part. And
I'm
then,
so sorry.
Yeah, I feel bad. I can't get a refund, but it was alright because I used like game points, so I was completely fine with it. But I was also like, fuck, I could have spent on so much other shit. But it's so bad. This game is not even a year into release, and there's already rumors going on everywhere that will go free to play, which I think is such a bad decision and overall like a horrible like practice to do. Because how many people spent money on this game and hate it because there's so many glitches and so many bad things about the game and so many things that people expected from the trailer that aren't there. This would literally just spit in the face of the Battlefield fans that have been playing your games forever. If you do this, I think if they do this, they should give an option for refund because no, they still haven't even fixed the game fully. There's like I remember when it first came out, I googled and I googled the list of bugs, and it was 4 pages long of just gameplay, not cosmetical issues, not settings issues. 4 pages of just straight up gameplay. That's
I was lucky enough to get the free trial.
Yeah,
and I played less than an hour, and it was bad. Like it's surprisingly bad because these Battlefield games have historically been very good games up until Battlefield 5, which is the World War II one. That's when you saw a decline, but it wasn't enough to like not think they can bounce back. But this one, like they needed to go back to Bad Company 2 and be like, all right, what worked here?
Yeah. Oh man, it just hurts my like not only my feelings but just like it hurts.
I know you what you mean.
Oh God, it's just like, dude, EA just can't learn from their mistakes. They keep screwing up. They dropped the ball heavily with Battlefront 2, which it's a fun game, but man, they really just and which I'm not going to get
The
into that. There's
problem
a lot
is
of issues.
the problem with that is problem with that is that right now it's good, but since it didn't release with it all, it's like you're like,
Oh, yeah.
do I really go back and be a noob again?
And the whole controversy with microtransactions really hurt the game.
Yeah.
Really hurt the game, especially with its availability around the world. But besides it going to free to play, like, how do you think this will affect the gamers that like this game and overall gaming, knowing that if a game does, like, you pre-order a game or buy a game and it does so bad, you won't be able to get a refund, and eventually within a year, like less than a year, it's possibly going to free to play. How would you feel about a consumer with something like rumors like this that could go free to play, not even a year after release?
That's bogus as fuck. It's so bogus. Like you buy this game and you could have just waited 6 months and had it for free.
What's up? What's up, Isaac? Nice to see you here. Nice to see you. But I think it leaves a bad taste in gamers and consumers' mouth, and I think it's not a. I think this would really kill EA if they did this personally, because I don't think, because people already have issues trusting EA with their content, because it seems like with their Madden games, all their sports games, it's basically just, oh yeah, we're gonna update jerseys, make the game look slightly better, add more sweat, but it's the same game. They didn't upgrade anything. It's like, oh yeah, we might give you a new scoreboard layout on your HUD, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So already EA is just already being called out for being utterly lazy. But
money, they just want money.
That's why they have microtransactions always. Ultimate Teams, they're never going to get rid of Ultimate Teams because it's a moneymaker. It's a moneymaker, which is a thing that EA needs to grow up and realize, that you need to actually make a decent game that people want to play for them to buy microtransactions. When you keep releasing the same shit year after year and expect people to just to spend money when they don't, you get all pissy and don't upgrade it or update the game or add other things to it. It's ridiculous. They need to stop. It's like they need to stop what they're doing. I don't care. They can halt all their games right now. They need to stop and like have a complete utter like self-evaluation of their company and their practices. Because dude, Battlefield 2042 is completely their fault. How a hovercraft literally climbs buildings. I get kicked when I played for 2 hours on the early trial for pre-ordering it. I got kicked from my squad 4 times in one game. When I joined back, my loadouts were completely erased, and I couldn't go up and click guns and add to my loadout. I had to go into another menu to click on guns individually to do that. That is so bad. And I haven't even played the game since. Since the game officially released, I haven't even touched that game. I don't even have it downloaded on my console. Until I hear that they fixed the game and that people are actually starting to enjoy it, I'm not touching that game.
The problem with that is they can't fix it. This is just how the game is made. There's no way to make this one better. There's ways to like improve upon what's there, but it's not going to be like the previous Battlefields at all. Still, it's made completely different. They need to start from scratch.
And they're not gonna. It's gonna be another Cyberpunk. It's a game that should have waited to release, but because they they want to get it out, they didn't. Obviously, I mean, how can you?
It's not even that though. It's a lot of like the actual gameplay. It's not even the bugs with it. It's the gameplay too. It doesn't feel like Battlefield.
Oh no, it doesn't. But it's like they're going to spend so much time post-launch as of now just updating and trying to make the game more playable and try their best to make fans enjoy it a little bit more, but it's never going to be enough. But finally, unlike that, Cyberpunk has made a giant turn. They have done something which to lead into our next topic, is something
that Rockstar won't do.
Is something Rockstar won't do, which Rockstar and Battlefield have something similar. They lack certain content that fans have been wanting since it came out and have been expecting. But surprisingly, with a broken game such as Cyberpunk, they beat them to it. a year after release, when they finally majorly fixed the game so people can play it, they released a next gen update, which allowed people to buy. Can you guess it, Hans? Can you guess it?
Wait, what?
Can you guess what the Cyberpunk developers added so that Rockstar refuses to do?
Yeah, you can buy property.
Exactly. You can buy multiple apartments, which is something that Red Dead Online lacks. And that's a huge thing that I've been seeing because when I first started playing this game years ago, there was a lack of content because it just came out and I understood that. But I was so goddamn bored with this game, I just stopped playing it. But coming back multiple years later, after multiple updates and content being added, I still can see a significant lack of content. And there's only one answer to that. It's because GTA is still making money and they are putting all their time and focus on GTA 5, which it's a like a decade old game. Came out in the 360 and they just released next gen upgrade, which I'll be honest, the next gen upgrade is a massive W. But regardless of that, man, oh man, this game has a lot of issues. What do you have to say about Red Dead Online, Hans?
I don't know. I wouldn't call them issues. I would say that it's like you said, it's lacking content. There's a lot of potential, and it's not using any of it. You think about GTA, how you can own a club, you can do a motorcycle club, an actual club. You get this property that when you go inside it, it reloads the game, and then you're in your private area, you're safe, but it's a big operation going on. In Red Dead, they have the potential to let you buy a property and use that as a home base where you're able to do like stuff like farming, getting materials, cooking, anything like that. But all you get is a camp.
Yeah, and I brought up this article from Screen Rant talking about this came out on April 2nd, 2021, and I think this article really speaks a lot to what we're talking about. And this is April 2nd, 2021. We're almost a year. This is a year ago, damn near, and we're still dealing with the same problems that this article proves. And I'll show you right here. So, like the unrest in the Red Dead Online fan base continues
Thank you,
to grow
Screen Rant.
stronger. Yeah, I thank you. Yeah, this and stronger players not only want single player content, but also are very disappointed in the lackluster online support from Rockstar. And this is a year later that we're still dealing with this lackluster support and love from the developers.
Yep, it's all going to GTA still.
Mm-hmm.
I always say GTA is Rockstar's golden child, which there's a lot of truth to that. It really is. That GTA is their moneymaker. When you make a game as big as Red Dead and have an online game that's as huge as this one, you're going to have a lot of people playing it still. And it's missing a lot of those core things that GTA has and has been getting that could be put into Red Dead at least every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. And this is a whole nother thing. So I just put up highlighted another thing. So not only are they not giving more online content that feels strong like we've gotten in GTA Online, because GTA Online, I've been playing it a little bit more. There's so much stuff to do because I just upgraded a nightclub. I did all this stuff. And it's like there's so much stuff I want to do in that game that I never really got to do because I mean I have my motorcycle club stuff, I have my CO stuff, but now there's nightclub stuff and there's a whole other stuff besides new heist, which is interesting itself. But
there's heists in GTA, but you can't. There's no big train heist
or bank heist, which was in the single player, which Both of
Yep.
them, I think they were. But I highlighted right here the fact Rockstar isn't doing any single player content, which in the first Red Dead we got a whole nother game, which is amazing. Red Dead Undead Nightmare is amazing, and people have been like, "Oh, will we get that eventually?" It doesn't look like that. And I mean, but like it says, Rockstar doesn't seem to understand and know what the audience truly wants. And I mean, we see a lot of stuff: goofy outfits, silly belts, and discounts under the benefits that no one really gives a shit about.
Yeah, like we know GTA is the golden child, but can we get a head pat once in a while?
Mm-hmm.
Just something else. A lot of the stuff, like you say, is in the single player, which means they know how to do it. So you'd think it would be pretty easy to transfer over. I mean, they did it in GTA.
Yeah, they did. And what I highlight right here, people have been talking about, like, fans have been saying before it even came out, like, will we get a potential Undead Nightmare 2? That's another thing that I don't think we're ever going to get. I think they're going to leave it at that. But this is probably the biggest thing.
It says Rockstar says they're done. Right below that.
Right where does it say that?
Rockstar said they're done with single player content.
Wow.
But look right there. What we just said. The heists and bank robberies.
Exactly. Fans have also been asking for heists and bank robberies similar to GTA Online heists, which is an older game, and yet they're able to do that. Red Dead's a newer game. Obviously, it looks way better than what GTA was like before it got an extra upgrade. It has all the stuff that we want and more, but they won't do it to the most recent game, which I guess you could probably say now GTA 5 Enhanced and Expanded is their newest game now, but then again, it's still the same game, but this with new features. It's since Red Dead Online was first announced, but seemingly to no avail. So people have been wanting this before it came out. Similar to, like, I remember when Red Dead 2 came out, I'm like, oh, I really hope I would go around and be like, oh, hopefully this is a cool property I can buy. We just don't got that. I hope we could rob banks and do heists with your friends like you do in GTA Online. You don't got that. Can't rob trains either. It's like the stuff that you would bring in and get a lot of people interested in your newest game title. Like, you could, if they did that, I think they would get a lot more and their fan base would grow, and overall the support.
Yeah, I think if they added that stuff, it would. I mean, the game's it's not dead. I mean, we play it. A lot of people do play the game still.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure everyone playing is thinking the same thing, where they're like, "Man, I wish there was more opportunities to do other stuff."
Yeah.
And if they added that all in, not only would it get all of the people currently playing to play it more, but people who used to play who stopped might come back. It can only do good for them. It would only grow it.
If only they listened to what people have been saying since the launch of Red Dead Online, which they found another way to make money off of Red Dead by making this entirely separate from the game. You can buy it for $10 on your consoles or PC marketplace. Which
Is it 10 or 20?
I think. Well, I think it's been at a discount. It goes to 20 for a little bit, but then of course, like, within a couple days, it goes back down to 10. So it's like they play the system a little bit. They like make people like, oh no, it's gonna go away. The discount's gonna go away, but then it always comes back. Because I've seen it go off of the discount multiple times and then go right back on it. But this is something that I've seen a lot when I got back into Red Dead Online in its community was a cry for more content such as bank heists and buyable properties. Because like if you played the story and you got to the epilogue where you're able to play as John Marston and work on the ranches, everyone has been wanting to buy their own ranch and work on their own ranch, which they have a trader role in online where you're able to sell your supplies to different places. I think that's an untapped potential. That'll be another aspect of the trader. But right here, it's another image, but this has been like a new trending kind of thing within the community. Hashtag save Red Dead Online. Because most of the people that love this game are just feeling like they don't feel like they're being heard, which is something that a lot of people have issue with nowadays. Like they want to be able to like feel like their money and their time is being appreciated. But when the game has been out for 3 years and there's been what, like the last major update was 200 and something days ago, like that is actually insane for a game as recent as this, that had almost game of the year potential, almost won it, but got beat by God of War. You would think that they'd throw themselves at this game and try to do everything they can to tap into the market that is Red Dead, while also continuing the progression of GTA Online. They could have easily both strong markets. They could have two strong income streams, but they just don't take advantage of it because this is becoming a serious issue. Like, look at this. I made a whole slide of like, look at this, dude.
That's great. Oh, I love it. It's funny.
You go on Twitter. You do this. You'll see
I can't.
thousands. It trends. It trends. It trends every
Does
single
it?
time. Oh yeah, it trends. Because look at this. Save Red Dead Online. I just Google hashtag save Red. I do hashtag save and then red, and then it instantly pops up. And I just clicked all the images I could and put them into one single slide because it proves my point. Like it's not just me that's saying that Red Dead has a serious content issue problem and issue with fans not being heard. This is a widespread issue within the Red Dead community. And even look at the IGN post. I know it's a little small, but it says hashtag save Red Dead Online is trending on Twitter and Reddit as fans of the game call on Rockstar to add new content and increase support. And in the image they have there, it's the Save Red Dead Online fan movement is a cry for Rockstar's support, which that's a thing that is clearly evident. 218 days, I believe, without a brand new update that adds increasingly new content. But of course, GTA got a brand new enhanced and expanded, and they just got the Dr. Dre update.
Yep.
And that's a way older game.
So
That came out
Rockstar,
on 360.
next you got to do this.
So Rockstar, if you want to because right now you seem like you're pulling an EA a little bit. You have a game.
Oh, that's tough.
I mean, like, am I wrong? They have a game that they're not touching this game, but of course they're going to their cash cow, like you said, GTA 5. That's a strong player base still, and they're just continuing that, but forgetting about the game that came out more recent. It's like,
yeah, and it's a different game. Like
with a different audience.
For example, I will prefer Red Dead over GTA any day. I like GTA, it's fun, but I really prefer playing Red Dead if I had to choose.
So I'm part of this crew on GTA Online because if you ever join to a regular GTA lobby, as soon as you join in, all you hear is explosions. But of course, there's communities out there that host lobbies that you're able to join, and you can peacefully actually play online and sell stuff without worrying about being blown up. That's a huge problem. Like the fact that people have to do that just to play and sell and do CO missions that you constantly keep adding and updating. That's sad. But with Red Dead Online, there's no need for that because the player base is completely different. That's something that I really like. The player base is completely different. Of course, there's those GTA assholes that hop over there, but you can still play.
You can go to a town with people with another posse there and just do a little wave. They do a little wave back, and now you guys are chilling.
Yeah,
and that happens very rarely in GTA.
Yeah. This is this is just. I'm just gonna leave this here.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah. So overall, Rockstar, just support the
update
games that
this.
you make. Just update it. Literally, you could add like what 2 or 3 bank heists. People would love it. I think you should do like what you did with GTA Online that made your game something completely different and created. The heist update is what made GTA Online the way it is now, because that update brought so many people to that game, and that's the first update that really got so much that attracted a lot of people. I played probably the first 4 heists 100 times each. Criminal Mastermind probably a dozen times. How many people do you think would get attracted to Red Dead Online if you added bank heists, that like multiple bank heists, different stories with the bank heist, train heists, and you know, like there's so many different possibilities with that. It's oh man. And then properties, that's another thing that GTA, like there's so many properties that you could just straight up buy and have. You can own garages, you can own your own mechanic shop, a nightclub, a CEO office, multiple CEO office, hangars, bunkers, facilities, that, and you can even have like a fucking orbital gun from space. So much unnecessary Fast and Furious type shit is in GTA Online, but Red Dead 2 can't even have a simple train or bank heist or even a buyable ranch that you can work on that's already coded in the game because it's in single player. Like, come on. But is there anything else that you want to add on this topic here?
If anyone has an Xbox One or has Red Dead 2, join our posse because we're doing shit. We're doing stuff. When that update comes out, we'll be ready.
Oh, I would have tears of joy. But Maho, you're more than welcome to join us anytime.
I tell her that all the time.
Oh, so it is.
But she's been playing Fortnite. No, she's been playing Fortnite.
You Maho, I'm taking this comment.
No, it's pre-planned stuff. You can't just like be like, hey, ditch them.
But
I mean, you could. I could say that, but
I will do that. I have no flaws. I will do it. Man, But that's
also gameplay. The game itself for Red Dead just fun. The amount of I know. Oh, I wanted to send you that clip from I think 2 nights ago or last night. I forgot to send it to you. I was hoping you could play it.
Oh, what clip? If you send it, I could potentially pull it up and just send it to my computer. I can download it, but I was gonna pull up our.
I'll see if I can send it to you on Xbox real quick.
Yeah. But while he does that, because obviously it'll take a little bit, I'm gonna play one of the videos I made from Red Dead Online of Hans doing a little bit of crazy things. So while we do this, you can see what type of dumb shit we do when we get bored in Red Dead Online. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this incredibly dumb but yet entertaining content right here. That's on Hans.
Fucking go. Get the fuck down. Sit down, bitch. Sit back down.
I found it.
All right. One. Oh shit! Breaking tables. Oh shit! Oh shit! Other guy or Hans?
Hey, you enjoying that cigarette, you fuck? Huh? Bitch.
I sent it to you. You have to skip ahead to like the last like
I'll
part of it.
Something at least.
What
All
is
right.
it,
All
huh?
right. King has you. King has you. All right. Get him. Get him. Get his ass. Get his ass.
Fuck you, bitch.
Oh. Oh shit. Oh, get his ass. Oh.
Yeah, fuck these guys up.
We got 2 people.
Look at me go.
Oh shit.
Look at me go.
Oh, take out the whole bar. Take out the whole bar. Get it.
Nobody's safe. Not even that stupid bitch there.
I don't discriminate.
Get him.
And this is where I get crazy.
Keep going. You're strangling him, bro. You're strangling him, boy. are you killing me? Oh my god.
Fuck you. And you too, huh? Yeah. Sit down.
Keep going. No, it's okay.
Hello.
We'll watch it. Dude, Hans literally beat up everyone. Beat the cops. Get him. Get him. Come on, go Hans. Get it.
Oh.
Oh shit, have I done a while? Holy shit.
Dude,
I just fucking trucked that man off. He running.
So stupid.
Oh my god. I don't think if that
Nick
was
doesn't like carrying two people. Nick isn't the biggest horse.
Oh, you want to try this shit, reindeer games? All right. Oh,
That was proof right there that you hit me.
no. Oh. Shut up, pussy boy. You killed Tom.
That's proof you hit me.
He's not dead. I can heal him.
I sent you the one. You have to skip ahead to like the last
I'm just
15
gonna play
seconds.
I'm just gonna play the whole clip because so I found an easier way.
No,
to
don't
do
play
this.
the whole. Oh no.
Because I just
Okay,
I
play
had
the
it on
whole
my
clip.
Xbox,
It's just
so I couldn't
silent here.
download
There's no voice. We can just talk over it, all right?
It's silent. All right.
Yeah. Well, it's not silent. It has the game, but it doesn't have voice.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna go quiet for a second so I can switch to audio so it can capture this. So I'll be back in a minute. I'm just gonna play this real quick.
Oh, I'll narrate it. Once it plays. Okay, this is that ox I was talking about. I was gonna kill it, and then we're like, oh no, we can't. Oh, I have to take a picture first. Taking pictures, so stupid. I was debating it, but I don't think he's ever had room. Oh, never mind. I just missed somehow. That's right. I somehow missed, even though it shouldn't have. Now you saw the Jimbo. You saw that? That was stupid. I shouldn't have missed. Rewatching it's actually worse. Dude, that hit it. And there Jimbo fucked me up. God damn. How could you? Oh.
Dude,
Dude, I don't know how that worked because how close you were and how fast you were going and how fast I was going, the momentum wasn't there for something like that to happen.
No. Oh my gosh. Wow. But all right. So I did not realize that we've been going for 2 hours, which I mean it's a good thing and also a bad thing. But yeah, I think this was a great first episode and a good launch to our brand new podcast because obviously I had a lot of fun. Did you have fun, Hans?
I don't know why you said it like that.
Did you have fun?
So we're gonna do this weekly probably.
I'm down, yeah.
Don't know what we're gonna do next week yet, but we'll figure it out in like 3 days, and then Jimbo is gonna have it together because he's the one who does everything because I can't.
Yeah. So all the slides, all the articles, videos that are pulled up, that was your boy Jimbo. So don't sleep on your boy Jimbo. Don't sleep on your.
No, don't sleep on Jimbo.
Yeah, Jimbo got the shit.
He did it all. He's great.
This is my second stream, like actual discussion stream. So I feel proud of myself. It went better than my Conjuring stream did. It was me. I was nervous as fuck, but it was fun. And I did it with Eddie. Eddie, yeah, it was really fun. But yeah. So I just want to say thank you to everyone in the chat that has stopped by and said hi. And I hope to see you guys next time. But real quick, we got a couple of new comments. I just want to address that before we go. So, what you gotta say about the sounds?
I like playing with friends. Yes. We're not mean. We just want you to ditch people you're hanging out with to hang out with us because we think we're cooler and more worthy than them.
No, you geeks.
Yeah, know you. That's not true. You watched a clip that should have hit, and you know it. Rewatching it, that should have hit.
Dude, you like it? Dude, you were off to the right. The marker wasn't even
I was
showing
not.
red
It
anymore.
was red. It was
It was red, and
100%
then it
red.
moved its head, and you're like, "Oh, I'm still gonna shoot, even though it's moved its head and it's not red anymore."
I must have had just pulled.
All right, Hans, whatever you say, but
I'm great at. I should have used a bow. I would have hit with a bow.
Oh man, but anyways, until next time, make sure you guys go out and play some games. There's a lot of games, and also if you have Twitter, do maybe hashtag save Red Dead Online. Maybe
Yeah, save Red Dead Online. I can't do it, so Maho can do it for me.
Just to end the show with.
She doesn't listen to me.
Just end the stream. I'm just gonna leave it up on this, and we'll hit the outro. I want to say thank you to everyone who stopped by. I appreciate all of you. What do you have to say to the audience, Hans?
It was fun. Next week we're gonna talk about other things.
Yeah, and Hans may or may not be here. I may or may not be here. We might fight behind the scenes. I don't know after this over
What?
the. I don't know. Don't worry about it. All right. Bye-bye.